One Zambia, One Nation. With the news at 18 hours on TV2, I'm Patricia Ellis Pumulo. Top stories in the news. The Law Association of Zambia, LAZ, is in support of holding the referendum on the Bill of Rights alongside the August 11, 2016 general election. President Edgar Lungu has praised chiefs for playing a critical role in fostering development in their chiefdoms. Also coming up in the news, Congolese ex-rebel leader Jean-Pierre Bemba has been jailed for 18 years by the International Criminal Court. Thank you so much for joining us, and now the news in detail. The Law Association of Zambia, LAZ, is in support of holding the referendum on the Bill of Rights alongside the August 11, 2016 general election. LAZ, however, still has reservations over the phrasing of the question for the referendum. LAZ President Linda Kasonde has announced the association's rescinded decision over the matter, and consequently it supports government's roadmap on the referendum. Ms. Kasonde has explained that the association has realized that the nation might not have another opportunity to enhance the Bill of Rights through a referendum. Speaking in Lusaka today, Ms. Kasonde has noted that there is a history of unpredictable and inconsistent positions by past governments on the constitution-making process. And Ms. Kasonde says the referendum question in its current form does not afford voters the opportunity of taking a different view on the two issues presented in a single sentence. The question.
Alive to the fact that due to the history of unpredictable and inconsistent positions taken by successive governments on the constitution-making process in Zambia, the nation may not have another opportunity to realize the benefits of an enhanced Bill of Rights as proposed in the Gazette Notice of 23rd May 2016 in the near future. We have subsequently taken the position that we should seize the opportunity that we have in order to enhance the rights of Zambian citizens. LAZ has therefore taken the position that it will encourage Zambians to accept the proposed amendments and sensitize them on the implications of the amendments to the fullest extent possible.
President Edgar Lungu has praised chiefs for playing a critical role in fostering development in their chiefdoms. President Lungu says chiefs are an important interface between government and the people as they help to explain government programs to their subjects. The head of state was speaking today when he paid a courtesy call on Chieftainess Nkomesha Mukamambo II at her palace in Chongwe. President Lungu said he will continue to consult chiefs on issues of national development. The president later proceeded to address a public rally at Chongwe grounds, and Chieftainess Nkomesha praised government for completing various projects which the PF administration pledged to deliver since coming into power in 2011. The chieftainess cited the construction of the Leopards Hill Road and Palawana Road as some of the developments in Chongwe. 7 candidates vying for the Member of Parliament for Lusaka Central seat have promised to help alleviate the suffering of the people in the area. This promise has been made as they present the people of the constituency in the next parliament after the August 11, 2016 general election. Hector Simfuko has more in this report.
The people of Lusaka Central constituency in Lusaka will soon have a new member of parliament. This is as the entire nation heads to the polls on August 11, 2016. 5 candidates have offered themselves to serve the people of Lusaka Central. They are FDD's Dorothy Mumba Kelvin Chirambo of Rainbow Party and Kasonde Mwenda, who is contesting as an independent. Others are Margaret Mwanakato of PF and Charlotte Scott of UPND. The residents of this constituency have a list of issues that they would like their next member of parliament to address.
Munga kumye square ya ifo kutwafaya ba MP misebo batubikira kwa matamaki kwa libasana urukungu chimbi amenshi echo tuingafaya kolona elo chimbi bela chitanga twa basala ba MP bachinja bali kokula monika at least bale monika ko mushita ba MP chiraba ko bwina na.
Kelvin Chirambo of Rainbow Party says he's better placed to help the people because he's a socialist, while FDD's Dorothy Mumba plans to engage the people in the implementation of projects.
We make sure that a child in Baulen, in Siluiza Wadi, in Chududu have a better school. So we need to change the system to build a hospital. We need a hospital in Baulen. Little did I know that in Baulen there's a trade school, which is now a white elephant. All these children who are drinking beer, in Baulen, those we can teach them life surviving skills.
The people should tell us what they want us to do for them. Then we just implement what the people have decided. And us being the only political party with a mother figure, Edith Nawakwi, Nima Ayofye. So
UPND's Charlotte Scott and PF's Margaret Manakatwe have promised to promote women and youth empowerment programs, among others.
When a member of parliament from Lusaka Central, I will come to you with a very open heart. And you're looking at candidates who's very ready and able to work with the people from Lusaka Central. So I say, Chintu Mwene.
We need to improve A, the delivery of services to the entire community, B, the restoration and development of amenities that people need in Lusaka, but overarching and above that, we need to address people's poverty and people's economic squeeze that they are undergoing, whereby prices are rising so high and everything's got so expensive and people can barely afford to look after their families.
Kasonde Mwenda claims the last time the constituency experienced development was when the people voted for an independent candidate, hence they need to give him chance.
I've got a track record of working hard. The time I was president for the Copperbelt University and things got hard, the time that the bursaries were being struck off, I walked on foot under demonstration and we achieved. I want to bring that passion to the higher level so that we start changing things. People can't be dying of cholera at the epicenter of Zambia.
It is the hope of many that these candidates will stick to their promises if given chance to serve the people of Lusaka Central constituency. Hector Simfukwe, TV2 News in Lusaka.
The Nervous Mumba-led MMD faction says its leader has shifted his focus from the internal wrangles in the former ruling party to the alliance with the UPND. The Nervous Mumba faction spokesperson Irene Musonda says Dr. Mumba will instead focus on unlocking the human and economic potential of Zambia through the campaigns. Ms. Musonda has said Dr. Mumba is in a hurry to actualize this dream through the collaboration in the alliance that he has formed in the UPND's Hakainde Hichilema. She has explained that since the enactment of the new constitution, Dr. Mumba has been hesitant in engaging any party for an electoral alliance, but is now more than satisfied that the long delay was provident. Ms. Msonda says the delay has resulted in Dr. Mumba forming an alliance with Mr. Hichilema. This is contained in a statement unveiled in Lusaka by the Dr. Mumba-led MMD faction. Still in politics, the Council of Churches in Zambia, CCZ, is disappointed with the continued political violence ahead of the August 11, 2016 general election. CCZ President Bishop Alfred Kalembo has further observed that the violence threatens the peace and security of the country. Bishop Kalembo has explained that the political environment is becoming increasingly volatile, further diverting government's attention from focusing on issues of improving people's lives through developing the nation. He has stated that the continued violence is a clear indication that the pledge to end violence made by all political parties is not being honored. Bishop Kalembo said Zambians should instead refrain from engaging in violence, adding that the church is appealing to the police to take its rightful position as a law enforcer to maintain peace. Meanwhile, Bishop Kalembo says all citizens have a duty to take part in elections because it is a critical moment in every political history of any country. And Bishop Kalembo says the church mother bodies under a coalition called the Christian Churches Monitoring Group will also monitor the August 11, 2016 general election. This is contained in a statement unveiled to TV2 News in Lusaka today. Just now we take a break, but coming up in the news, Hillcrest Secondary School accident victims buried and health practitioners to sit for exams before getting practicing certificates, plus other stories. We'll be right back. We continue with the news. Two pupils and a teacher from Hillcrest Technical High School who died in a road accident on Friday have been put to rest at the Old Cemetery in Livingston. Sia Sikaswe, 33, a teacher, Mukumbi Kaputa 21, a grade 11 pupil, and Robbie Zulu 16, a grade 10 pupil, were buried after a funeral service held at Villa Grounds this afternoon. Southern Province Minister Nathaniel Mubukwanu, who represented government, says government is saddened with the loss of the young lives who would have greatly contributed to the development of the nation. Angela Limanya has details in this report. We don't seem to have that report. We move on. The Health Professional Council of Zambia has introduced certification examinations for graduating health practitioners from both public and private schools. Council Registrar Mary Zulu says those who will fail the examinations will not be issued with practicing certificates. But the Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia has expressed shock at the announcement, saying there was no consultation on the matter. Hector Simfokwe has more in this report.
While learning will now start writing exams 3 months after completing their courses. Those graduating will be expected to pass the licensure examination before being registered and issued with a practicing license. The Health Professional Council of Zambia made this decision on the 6th of May, 2016. Council Registrar Mary Zuru says the move is aimed at improving the quality of health delivery to the people.
Therefore, just for emphasis, this information serves as an official notification to all training institutions, students, sponsors, parents, various stakeholders, and indeed the general public that all students pursuing health-related training programs recognized and approved by the Council who graduate as at 1st June 2016 will be subjected to licensure examinations before being authorized to practice.
But this decision has sparked mixed reaction from various stakeholders. The Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia says the council should have engaged other stakeholders before making the announcement.
We make of that announcement, what we make of that announcement is that it has come a little bit of a surprise to us. Because there has not been any consensus built as yet. We have not held a consultative meeting as Pharmaceutical Society of Zambia with HPCZ, which is supposed to be the normal, mode of operation where we should have agreed on how to proceed if that is how matters are going to be handled.
And students talked to at various institutions of higher learning expressed ignorance on the matter. Others did not seem to have a problem with the proposed exams.
I've been hearing that rumor, but I didn't know that it was actually confirmed. Yes, but it's really a bad idea for one reason. The way medical school is here at UNZA is different from the way other medical schools are. What we go through, the exams we write, I think are enough for us to be grilled.
To be honest, I'm not aware. I'm just hearing about it. And if that's the case, I think it's not a good idea.
I think it can be a good idea. Somehow it can be a good idea.
For now, the students will be expected to write the exams that will be administered by the council upon completing their programs. Hector Simfokwe, TV2 News in Lusaka.
The Zambia Correctional Service says it hopes to overcome several challenges it is facing as it continues to transform from being a prison service. Among the continued challenges are congestion, lack of clean water, and chronic outbreaks of diseases. This came to light when Zambia Correctional Service Commissioner General Percy Chato toured the Lusaka Central Prison, famously known as Chimbokaila. Here is a report.
Zambia Correctional Service Commissioner General Percy Chato has toured the Lusaka Central Prison, famously known as Chimbokaila. This is with the aim of listening to inmates over their challenges. Mr. Chato has visited the clinic department, carpentry, kitchen, among other departments. He took time to explain to inmates that the new constitution has given them legality to transform the prisons into a correctional service. Mr. Chato says implementing the transformation is, however, a process that needs concerted efforts from officers, inmates, and their families. He has further counseled inmates acquiring skills to embrace what the officers are teaching them.
My task this morning is not to give you a long lecture about your challenges and the good things you have here at Lusaka Central Correctional Center, but my main mission is to learn from you so that you give me some of the issues you are facing here to enable me and my command plan effectively.
And the inmates have tabulated the problems they are facing. The inmates have appealed to Mr. Chato to extend parole services to long-serving inmates.
Now, most of the inmates are being referred, especially from maximum and Mwembeshi, and these have acquired most of these clinical diseases because of their long stay in prisons. Now, the biggest challenge we normally face is that when these people come here for their medical attention, now, when time of pardon comes in, these you find that especially people that attempt to be long-term service prisoners, they can only be recommended in Kabwe.
And during Mr. Chato's visit, the inmates had a rare one day of freedom to mingle with the officers and share their challenges. This is in the hope of transforming Lusaka Central Prison into a truly correctional facility. Teofista Lungu, TV2 News in Lusaka.
The Ministry of General Education has cautioned school administrators not to chase away pupils who have either not paid school fees or have balances. General Education spokesperson Hilary Chipango says the ministry has received disturbing reports of school administrators chasing away pupils for failing to pay school fees or owing balances. Mr. Chipango has urged school administrators to engage parents and come up with payment plans instead of denying children the right to education. He says the Ministry of General Education will not take kindly to school administrators chasing pupils on account of owing the school. We go for another break, and coming up after the break, we have sports and foreign news to stay with us. Now the rest of the news. In foreign news, Congolese ex-rebel leader Jean-Pierre Bemba has been jailed for 18 years following a landmark conviction at the International Criminal Court, ICC, for war crimes and sexual violence. Bemba was found guilty in March of crimes committed in the neighboring Central African Republic in 2002 and 2003. He was accused of failing to stop his rebels from killing and raping people. Bemba's defense team have already said they will appeal against the decision. Passing the sentence at the ICC in The Hague, Judge Sylvia Steiner said Bemba had failed to exercise control over his private militia group sent into the Central African Republic, where they carried out sadistic rapes and murders. In sports news, the Chipolopolo, who this evening are playing Lesotho in the plate semi-finals of the 2016 COSAFA Castle Cup Championship. This is after the Zambian team was last weekend tossed out of the tournament via a 4-2 post-match penalty scoreline lost to Swaziland. Meanwhile, the hosts Namibia will this evening also play Mozambique in another semi-final plate match. This is after the hosts, who were also COSAFA defending champions, also lost to Botswana 5-4 on post-match penalties. That brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's recap on the top stories. The Law Association of Zambia, LAZ, is in support of holding the referendum on the Bill of Rights alongside the August 11, 2016 general election. LAZ, however, still has reservations over the phrasing of the question for the referendum. President Edgar Lungu has praised chiefs for playing a critical role in fostering development in their chiefdoms. President Lungu says chiefs are an important interface between government and the people as they help to explain government programs to their subjects. And finally in the news, Congolese ex-rebel leader Jean-Pierre Bemba has been jailed for 18 years following a landmark conviction at the International Criminal Court, ICC, for war crimes and sexual violence. Bemba was found guilty in March of crimes committed in the neighboring Central African Republic in 2002 and 2003. That is the end of the news at 18 on TV2. I'll be back with another news broadcast at 20. I'm Patricia Ellis Pumolo. Bye-bye for now.